Johnson. I'm the twin brother of Adam Johnson, the inductee this year. I just want to tell a funny story, or tell a story to kind of introduce him a little bit. There's so many great things to say about him. But one thing, through high school, college, semi-pro soccer together, the one story that I remember I want to tell is one summer we were at Western working out with all the great athletes, baseball, soccer, football, basketball, softball athletes. We were doing some stuff, strength and conditioning, speed, agility, and my brother was just kind of outshining everybody. And the star quarterback at Western asked the weight coach, "Who is that guy? He's doing really good." And the weight coach said, "Well, he's the new quarterback transfer that came in." And the quarterback was kind of miffed and surprised and was nervous. And every time my brother went and did something, whether speed or strength or whatever, the quarterback you could tell each time he'd get more and more nervous. And my brother didn't know the quarterback was asking about him, but then eventually the strength coach told this quarterback, he's like, "No, I'm joking. He's just on the soccer team. He's a soccer player." And the quarterback just got very relieved because he knew he didn't have to compete against my brother. And he never saw my brother throw a football before, but he just knew, watching him athletically, that he was a really good athlete and probably a really good quarterback. So I thought that was pretty funny, but also speaks to my brother's athleticism. He loved playing soccer, but he also loved playing so many other different sports and was good at just about everything that he did. But that was probably one of my favorite stories I remember from, all the years of participating and playing sports with my brother. But I just want to say congratulations, Adam. Thank you, Mason County Hall of Fame, for putting this all together. And, great. You guys do great things for all the sports in the area. So thank you, Mason County Hall of Fame. And once again, congratulations, Adam. Great honor and great job.
Adam Johnson is recognized as one of Ludington High School's best soccer players and was the first area soccer player to play for a Division I university and to score a goal. Johnson graduated in 1996 from Ludington High School. He was highly recognized for his soccer skills and was honored his sophomore year as a second-team All-Conference. In 1994, his junior year, Adam was selected to the All-Muskegon Dream Team, First Team All-Region, and First Team All-Conference. The highlight of that year was helping the Ludington High School soccer team realize being runner-up in the 1994 Michigan High School Athletic Association State Conference Championship. They lost to the nationally ranked Detroit Country Day. That year he scored 35 goals along with 21 assists for a season-high 77 points. In his senior year, he was again elected to the All-Muskegon Dream Team, First Team All-Region, First Team All-Conference. He scored 25 goals with 20 assists. Adam was MHSAA All-State in 1994 and 1995. Adam was the first time all-state soccer player in Ludington High School history. Adams demonstrated his overall athletic ability while earning 3 varsity letters as a member of the Oriole basketball team. He was considered one of the most athletic and versatile players on the team of talented athletes. He continued his soccer career as a collegiate, playing at Division I for Western Michigan University's Broncos, earning varsity letters. Johnson played semi-pro soccer for 2 years in Western Michigan with the Explosion and West Michigan Edge. He played in the United States Open Cup Lamar Hunt Trophy matches. Adam also played international soccer for the Thames Valley University in London, England in 1998, and his team won the North London Cup. He was starting right back on defense. Beyond the game, Adam coaches youth soccer, president of the Ludington Youth Soccer, and is president of Safe Harbor Credit Union, Ludington, Michigan.
Hi, I'm Adam Johnson, and I just want to thank the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame for selecting me for the 2020-2021 class. I also want to congratulate the other inductees. I'm pretty familiar with everybody in the class and honored to be inducted with them. They were not just great athletes, but also very successful professionally, so I'm honored to be next to them in this class. I'm also very honored to be going in as a Ludington Oriole soccer player, a program with rich tradition, and to be in there representing that program is quite an honor. Coming from Ludington, I just have to thank so many people in the community. I have to thank, as I call them, kind of maybe the godfathers or the godmothers of the Oriole soccer program, and that's the Leibel family, the Horseman family, the Bonville family, the McIntosh family. I'm sure I'm missing some others, but they were just integral in getting the Oriole soccer program started, just the rec program, the youth program, all the way up to the Ludington High School program. So very thankful to those people in the community. Without them, we wouldn't have a soccer program, and I wouldn't have been able to play soccer. So thank you. Have to give thanks to what I call maybe the first generation of Ludington Oriole high school soccer players. They were great role models. They were seniors when I was in 4th grade, or juniors and seniors when I was in 4th grade. And I was fortunate enough to be the ball boy for their first game, see the first goal, and watch Coach Horseman develop the program. Those Oriole soccer players that I looked up to were start off with Robbie Bonville, Mark Leibel, Brian Sennett, Eric Oshog, Chris Anderson, Mark Kelchek, to name a few. Robbie Bonville was probably my all-time favorite Oriole soccer player, and he was number 16. So my junior varsity year, when Coach Moss gave me my jersey, and he gave me the number 16 jersey, the exact same jersey that Robbie wore. I felt like I had a lot of pressure on me to fill those big shoes. But it was an honor to be the same number as him. So thankful for that group of guys that started off the Oriole program and kind of showed everybody else the way. Kind of watching those guys play at Oriole Field was kind of like going to New York Stadium and watching the Yankees. I was just kind of in awe, or so excited every time I got a chance to go there and be a ball boy and watch those guys. And then, kind of down the road, the group of guys that really also were very instrumental in getting me excited about the Oriole soccer program were the group of seniors when I was a freshman. I think there was somewhere between 10 to 13 seniors that year that were great role models, great in the classroom, very supportive of the younger guys. They didn't, maybe traditionally pick on them like you would normally see. They were very supportive of those younger guys and welcomed them to the program. And those seniors, I remember Todd Lineberger, Jess Peterson, Andy Smith, Andy Moss, Jeff Weaver, Jason Brock, Chad Horseman, Sean O'Brien, just to kind of name a few. But with those guys being seniors, it was kind of like having 10 older brothers that looked down on you, helped you in school. So I'm very thankful for those guys. And those guys really set the bar for Oriole soccer first team to win the regional championship and playing in the state semifinals. Very honored to be able to see those guys at practice on a regular basis. And then, a few years after that, really, I think the Oriole soccer program took another step. The bar was raised even higher, and I played with a great group of guys, from when I was a sophomore, playing with seniors like Tad Reed and junior Chris Stibbets, the Mosses, Andy and Matt Moss, and then later playing with their younger brother Mark Moss, Jeremy Horseman, Kenny Bogart, Jeremy Lucas, Scotty Sanders, Joel Hutchinson, Chad Holmes, Aaron Johnson, Tad Reed, Brad Reed, Paul Hanna, Brent Bowman, Nathan Rose, great player, freshman, my senior year. So being able to play alongside with some great players, I was just very fortunate. They really pushed me to be a better soccer player. I had to. If I didn't work hard before practice, after practice, work hard training in the beach for preseason, I just wasn't going to get any playing time. So those guys really forced you to step up your game, growing up with them and playing with them. Next, it's kind of also hard to talk about Oriole soccer and not talk about Western Michigan soccer. Coach Glass, a great guy, great coach, came to town, I think, sometime when I was in second grade, bringing Western Michigan to Ludington to put on a soccer camp in the morning and then train in the afternoon. Sometimes they'd come for a week. Sometimes they'd come for 2 weeks in the summertime, and the players would stay with host families. And I was fortunate that my parents said, let's host some soccer players. I didn't really want to go to soccer camp, but they made me. And I was just very fortunate that the soccer players that stayed at my house were great role models, and they were definitely older brothers to me, where they would go to camp in the morning and then soccer practice in the afternoon, and then they'd come home exhausted, have dinner, and then they would play soccer with me in the backyard, and they just made the game fun. Coach Glass in the program introduced me to Pele. I didn't know any soccer players, and they would constantly show us videos of Pele or the New York Cosmos, and it just really helped me see the game differently, getting to see people from outside Ludington playing soccer and how good they were. It also just increased the love that I had for soccer, watching those guys, Craig Van Rutterham, Chris Carney, Willie Van Cray, Scott Hines, Craig Toss, Kevin Cleva. Craig Van Rutterham, all-time favorite player at Western, number 7. And before our first game, my freshman year, going to my locker and getting my jersey and finding out I was number 7, really, I was kind of in awe. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I've got number 7, Craig Van Rutterham's number, and kind of similar as Robbie Bonneville's number. I felt like a lot of pressure on me to really work hard and fill those big shoes that those players left. Growing up, I was fortunate to have not just a great brother, but two older, or not necessarily older, but 2 buddies close to the same age that were just like brothers. Chad Holmes and John Stowe, super supportive of me. John didn't play soccer; he played football, but the 4 of us just pushed each other, but also supported one another. And I'll never forget my last high school soccer game, getting beat in the regional finals in the snow against the eventual state champions Petoskey in a sudden death goal. 1 minute you're playing soccer in high school, next minute your high school career is over with. It was kind of overwhelming as walking off the field, but the first person there to greet me was John Stowe. So it was just great having friends like that there to support you. Next person, and again, it's tough to talk about this person when you're talking about Oriole soccer. You can't miss this person, Coach Fred Horseman. He really was the Oriole soccer program. A lot of people know of him as just a great motivator, but he was much more than that. Mason County Sports Hall of Fame talk about learning life lessons while you're playing sports, and I feel like that fits Coach Horseman to the T, where I learned so many valuable lessons playing for him that really helped me out when I got older. Once I got into college, once I got into the real world, his lessons that he taught us I'll continue to keep using them until the day I die. So thank you, Coach Horseman, and thank you for developing such a great program at Ludington High School. I was blessed to grow up with a wonderful family. Two people that were always there supporting me was my grandma and grandpa Parker. They didn't just make scrapbooks for my brother and I. They were at all of our games and yelling at the referee, yelling at us. My grandma, I can thank her for kind of keeping me grounded and humble. If she felt that my brother and I were out there hot dogging or doing something she didn't like, she would let us know about it once we got off the field. So I always wanted to please her and never disappoint her. So thank you, Grandma. Sometimes it's hard to talk about me and not talk about my brother Aaron. Growing up with a twin, it's kind of a blessing and a curse. We're lucky to have each other playing in the backyard, where our backyard was really mostly a baseball diamond, a football field, a soccer field, a pool, a basketball court. So it was, not uncommon for my mom to say, guys, would you just get outside, get out of here and do something? And it was, one day we'd play baseball, one day we'd play soccer, one day we'd give each other a bloody nose or hit each other with something. But we'd turn our swing set into a soccer goal occasionally and just play soccer. And we were just lucky to have each other. One minute he could be the goalie and I'd be the shooter. Next minute I might play goalie and he would be the shooter. We're so lucky to have each other, pushing each other, supporting each other, always push each other to be better. So I'm just thankful to have a brother like that was there next to me, pushing me, but at the same time giving me a tremendous amount of support. And last but not least, my parents, Les and Sue Johnson, very supportive. Whatever I wanted to do in sports, they were there to support me. I don't ever remember them really saying no. They would, drive me all over the state, down to Detroit for tournaments. So I was just so thankful to have them. The one time they did kind of say no, but I didn't really accept that, was the time I started playing football my freshman year. I played football my freshman year for 2 weeks. Didn't feel like it was the best fit for me and asked, hey, do you guys mind if I quit football and go to the soccer program and play for Coach Horseman and Coach Moss? And they said, well, you started playing football, so I think you should finish playing football. And if you want to play soccer, you can do that next year. I really didn't accept that, and I just kept on pushing them and saying, hey, I'm just not happy playing football. I would much rather be playing for Oriole soccer. And I'm thankful that they listened. And unfortunately, though, my mom had to have a difficult conversation with not just the athletic director, but the varsity football coach, which you can imagine probably a difficult conversation for a lot of mothers to enter into. My dad had to work late one night, and my mom had to go do that and fight for her son and fight for her kid. So, if she wouldn't have done that, it would have been very easy for probably a lot of moms to say, Adam, you're going to play football. But she went in there and fought the fight for me and convinced the football coach and to release me and allow the athletic director to allow me to play soccer. So without that fight, Mom, I wouldn't have been able to play soccer. And who knows, maybe I wouldn't have played soccer the next year either. So thank you for fighting that fight for me. And, I guess you could say the rest is history, Mom, just because you had that very difficult conversation with those gentlemen. Again, thank you again to the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame. I'm honored, and I'm just thankful to be recognized as an Oriole soccer player because it's such a rich tradition. It's nice to see an Oriole soccer player going to the Hall of Fame. After the 2001 state championship team, I'm just thankful the program is getting recognized for all of its accomplishments. So thanks again, Hall of Fame, and thank you to the community. Thank you very much.